What is going on? It is time for our guitar gear news. It is February 22nd, 2023, and we got a bunch of gear news to get through today. Crazy stuff, maybe dumb stuff, maybe some repeat stuff, bold new graphics, etc. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like guitar stuff, because that is what we do here. That is the thing. So let's get straight into it. Card chords. This is a help you to learn play guitar thing, and it's flashcards that slide between the strings and the fretboard of your guitar if you are a beginner guitar player. This, in theory, seems interesting to do because you can put it in there and then you can know where your fingers are supposed to go and etc. The only question I have is it going to make the strings rattle against them? Because if it does, it's just going to make you sound bad. This is a weird one, because if you fret the strings over the chord, try to play them, and it sounds rattly, you're not going to get a good feeling from that. I don't know. This is an interesting one. Anyway, they're $24.95. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you recommend this to a beginner guitar player? Or if you are a beginner guitar player, does it make sense to you? This one might be a little better idea. The Daddario Dexterity bands for hand strength. You put your fingers in these rubber band things and go like this, I guess, so you can get stronger, or you could just play more. Either way, this product is available. Again, if you are a guitar player, which I assume you are because you're here, what do you think of dexterity bands that make you more do this a lot? You've probably seen this on the internets. 903 Effects has taken 3 metal zones and rehoused them into one pedal. I don't even know if this is an available product. I don't know if you can even buy this thing. Go to their Instagram and check it out. But I think it should be a thing. I think people should be able to buy this. This is like master of tone. When you have 3 of something, it's got to be better than 2 of something. And then when it's a metal zone, come on, man. JacksonAudio has gotten together with Mark Lettieri. Of course, I'm a Mark Lettieri gear fan. I've got his guitar right back there. To come up with the ultimate chorus pedal. So this thing has 5 LFO wave shapes, 7 preset modes, and a bunch of sound sculpting stuff. It was basically supposed to emulate the Boss CE1 and the CE300 chorus pedals, as well as some pitch shifting and some other stuff going on in there. And this thing is supposed to be very feature packed, and it really looks the part with the kind of Miami Vice color scheme. I really dig the entire packaging on this thing. We'll have to see how it sounds. JacksonAudio has done collaborations with other artists in the past that have been pretty killer. So a press release came out this week that said that Fender has released its Tone Master Princeton Reverb. I don't know why, because I already have it. It's right there. Now, I don't know if that means that they're more available now. Let me know in the comments if you've tried to order one of these things and not gotten one. I got it like the week it came out. I just ordered it from Sweetwater like everybody else. But I'm not sure if they weren't available or what the deal is. If you're not familiar, they took the Princeton circuit and put it in their Tone Master technology, the digital technology. The thing weighs like 15 pounds. It sounds fantastic. You've heard it on a bunch of my videos. Even if you don't know it, I've used it a ton on a bunch of our demo videos and stuff. It's fantastic. I'm not really sure why it's coming out as a new gear thing this week, unless it's just that availability deal. If you know more, put it in the comments and let me know. Gretsch has teamed up with Port City Amps to come out with their Grandville tube amplifier. It's a 6L6 50-watt deal with a tremolo. It's available in a head and cabinet, and a combo, starting at somewhere around $2,500, I think. And it's basically supposed to be kind of modeled after, I think, an old Gibson amp. And so apparently this is something that they've been working on for quite a while, because this is apparently something that Rhett was really into. They got together on this thing. I'm excited to hear it. I am sure there's going to be videos on Gretsch's channel. If you're not familiar with Gretsch, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He is phenomenal. He's a really good guitar player, and he has a great YouTube channel. This is where we get into the bold new graphics portion of the guitar gear news. EVH has added a purple, a gray, a blue, and a green to their standard and special lineups. So you can see the colors here. Bold new graphics, all you need to know. In this bold new graphics portion of the guitar gear news, I am very excited because you may or may not know, if you follow the channel for a long time, that I have a Candy Apple Red Strat from 1985, and I absolutely love that guitar. Still have it. Going to put it in a video here pretty soon. We haven't used it in a video for quite a while, but the Player series is finally going to get a Candy Apple Red, which I think is cool because it is the, I don't know, especially in the 80s, it's the quintessential kind of, for me anyway, Strat color, obviously. It's what I grew up with, as well as the Seafoam Green. They're going to add it to some of the other Player guitars too, maybe the bass, some other additions in there as well. And then the Player Plus is going to get a Dakota Red, I think, as well as, let's see, is it Dakota Red? Hang on, I'll tell you. Fiesta Red. Fiesta Red, and then that sunbursty kind of color in the Player Plus series. So a couple of new colors. I know it's just bold new graphics, but I'm super excited about the Candy Apple Red thing. Gretsch is celebrating its 140th anniversary by coming out with 6 new collection, or the anniversary collection electric guitars. Now, there's a couple that are going to be made in Japan that are going to be a little bit more spendy. They're sort of custom shoppy kind of price in the $4,000 range. And then there's going to be some Chinese ones that are going to be in the $899 range. But look at these colors. These things are called two-tone platinum. That's what they're going for. Kind of reverses of each other are really cool. Super cool colorways. I think these are really neat looking guitars. If you are a Gretsch fan, dive into these a little deeper because there are so many little intricacies about what kind of Bigsby's on each one and stuff. There are a lot of features to talk about when you get into that Gretsch stuff. You know how they do. They drop a lot of models at the same time. Solar Guitars has added 4 models to their X model. Is that what this thing's called? Yeah, Type X. Basically kind of like a Dimebag Darrell sort of feeling model. There's 3 with alder bodies and 1 with swamp ash. So if you look at all of these, you're going to see most of them are alder body, except for that red one with the funky looking paint job. They call this thing the Cannibalismo, and that one is a swamp ash body. It's got a volume. The other guitars have volume tone, and then there's 2 6-string models, a 7-string model, and then a 6-string model with the Evertune and the 1 volume knob. So there you go, pretty cool. And the most expensive one in this range, I think, is $1,500. So these are pretty neat guitars, especially at that price point in that mid area. And if you are a Solar guitar fan, if you like pointy stuff, don't hurt yourself, but I think you'll dig these. EVH has expanded their iconic line, and they've gone down, more attainable, which is pretty neat. For $800, you can get a 15-watt single 6L6 amp with normal EQ, reverb, presence, and basically all the stuff that you would want, and power scaling in an $800 tube amp. This is pretty neat. It's got an 8-inch speaker, and it seems to have all the things. Now the 60-watt version, because there's one of those too, is going to be $13.99. It's a 2x12 combo, which is really cool. It comes with power scaling, 10 dB boost. It's got they're both channel switching amps, but the bigger one has an XLR with a speaker sim, a DI out, the whole, the XLR DI out, the whole thing. So $13.99. So this amp you could probably record kind of like what I do in a small room like this, be able to record straight to a computer. This is a fantastic price point and for a really good amp. So 2 6L6s for 60 watts, 1 6L6 for 15 watts. I like where they're going with this. By now, you have probably seen the internet completely inundated with videos about IK Multimedia's latest release called the ToneX pedal. This is very cool. This puts amp modeling and amp capture in a very affordable price point and something that's very attainable for, I think, $399. I've got one of these coming. I actually spoke to ikmultimedia the other day, and I've got one coming, so I'm really excited to try this thing in some videos and use it for myself, because I think this is exactly what we have needed. A more attainable digital platform that works on a pedal board, standalone, all the various things. That's something that most people will be able to afford less than a digital combo amp like, you know, the larger Bosses or Nextones or even the Line 6 stuff. This is very, very cool, super versatile. I don't want to get too much into it now, but it basically can do captures. It can be in your pedal board signal chain. It could do a whole bunch of stuff. And I think as more and more videos come out, you've probably seen a bunch already, but I think this thing is going to be a very useful tool, especially at this price point. I will leave a link to everything that we found that I can find in the description of this video. If you use those links, it does help out the channel. So I do appreciate it. Even if you don't buy anything, just go do some shopping around. Because when those companies see you clicking around and shopping, they know that you're interested in this stuff, and it does help out us because then they know that you're interested in what we're doing here. So I really appreciate it a lot, even if you don't buy anything. It's totally cool. This last thing is something that I am extremely interested in, as you may be thinking. Fender has come out with their Cobalt Chrome Stratocaster, Telecaster, and Jazzmaster pickups. These are single coil and then some, we'll get into in a minute. Single coil versions first, let's talk about those first, of their Cunife magnet pickups. So if we go back to 1971, 72, the wide range Telecaster humbucker had Cunife magnets in it, which means that they were not regular plastic bobbins, but they were actually magnetic, screwed, threaded magnets made out of a cobalt iron mixture that was these magnets. Cunife, or Cunife, depending on who you talk to, were the compilation of these magnets. The thing is the people that made the magnets stopped making them, so they couldn't make the pickups anymore. They've obviously found a supplier for this stuff now. So now, not only do they have it in the wide range pickups on the higher end versions of these reissues of these guitars, not on the Squire ones or like the Mexican ones, but like the better ones. And you could actually buy the pickups. You can buy the Cunife humbucker pickups separately. They've now come out with a line of them in a Stratocaster format. You see them here. In a Telecaster format. In a Jazzmaster humbucker format. Now, I would imagine that these are 6 poles all the way across, just like a wide range, that you just can't see 3 of them on each of them there. I don't think they're short coils. I think they're long. That would be my guess. And then, in fact, I would imagine that they're using the same bobbins out of the humbuckers in those Jazzmaster ones. And then also regular Jazzmaster pickups. I could be wrong about that jazz hum thing, but I'm pretty sure because it would fit in there and it would make sense that they would reuse. Fender does a lot of that stuff. So they're supposed to be quiet because they've got the chrome going around them, which kind of makes sense. These things are really, really cool. They are not cheap. $200 a set. That's pretty good. As well as the Strat set is $349. The Jazzmaster humbucker wide range ones are $400, and the Jazzmaster set is $300. So, you know, pretty cool. Definitely a different thing. I might try to get a set of the Telecaster or Stratocaster ones so we can try them, because I think they will be a very unique and different sound. This is probably the coolest thing in traditional-ish regular wound pickup stuff. You know, I'm not talking Fishman Fluence and stuff like that. Regular sort of pickups, but different, in quite a while. I really like the idea of this, and I am really interested to try a pair. I'll leave a link to these two if I can find them in the description. You're going to be able to buy them separately outside of a guitar, which is really cool. So that's pretty awesome. So, new pickups. that are actually going to happen. Stay tuned Monday. We got a pretty cool video coming out about my Slash Les Paul and the fretwork on it, which I think you're going to enjoy, as well as just put some new strings on it and do some stuff, but I'm going to do some work on the frets on that guitar. Thanks for hanging out, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and share this video with as many people as possible, and we will see you in the next video.